welcome to my podcast / talk show, whatever. So the topic for today is your Vietnam experience. So first we will need to introduce ourselves, your name, your age, like where are you from, and how long have you been in Vietnam? Okay, me first. My name is Hải.
Go on.
I'm 21, 22 years old. I'm from Vietnam, and I have been in Vietnam for my whole life. Okay.
Nice.
Okay,
one,
next.
Nice
Lady first, right? After the host, of course. Irina.
Hey, yeah, my name is Irina. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Russia, and I've spent in Vietnam like nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
It would have been 3 years if not the Corona thing.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, Matt.
Okay. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm 26 years old. I'm from England, and I was in Vietnam for about just a bit less than a year, and a little bit like Irina as well. I would have been there a little bit longer if it wasn't for COVID, but here we are. Yeah.
But I think you guys may come back soon. Next year.
I'd love to. I'd love to at some point, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. Options are open.
Okay. Now, Param, your turn.
Hi everyone, my name's Param. I'm 25 years old and I've been in Vietnam for almost 3 years now. Yeah, almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. That's long, right? Not as much as like Irina, but still long. Okay.
Yeah.
Last one, Bart. Please keep it PG-13, Bart. Okay. No, like adult joke.
My name is Bart. 30 already. Come from Holland, and I've been here about 2 years and still going strong, even though the COVID.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone for introducing yourself. Now we will go to the first question. Why did you choose Vietnam as your destination? Like the first time you come here. Okay, who wants to answer first?
Go on, I'll go then. All right. I chose Vietnam as the destination because up till then I hadn't really traveled, to be honest, very much. I kind of wanted to see the world, but I basically was too broke to be able to travel anywhere. So I thought teaching would be a good option, and I've enjoyed working with kids and stuff before in the past. And I know a couple of people that they went traveling around Asia, and they said Vietnam was a really great place that they went to visit. I know a few people as well that they've taught out here, but in Saigon, so a little bit different. But yeah, it just felt like a really good opportunity and somewhere that I'd never really, I always was interested in terms of like the history and just going to a different place really. And yeah, it just seemed a really good option, and I'm pleased I did, of course.
Yeah, great country. Okay, next Bart. Bart, I think.
Yeah, I traveled to Indonesia, China. I wasn't traveling to Vietnam. At first, I thought maybe I will go to Thailand, but then I saw like the salary in there is like very bad.
So in Vietnam.
Oh, Vietnam is quite good actually. Thailand is really bad. So then I looked into Vietnam and I saw beautiful pictures. So I was like, never been there. Let's try it. And happy I did. So yeah, here I am.
Like beautiful scenery pictures.
Yes.
Okay.
Much more beautiful than Saigon, to be honest. But yeah.
Okay.
Ouch.
Okay, Param, your turn.
So I first came to Vietnam. Well, I originally was going to spend 3 months traveling around Southeast Asia, and I was looking for flights in Vietnam. Had the cheapest flights coming into it from America. So I was supposed to spend 3 months going to Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, and I just ended up spending all 3 months in Vietnam because I liked it so much. So I knew I wanted to, and while I was out here, I met many people teaching English. So I knew it was something I wanted to do. So I left for a few months and then I came back with the intention of teaching English. And this was after university.
Right after you graduate?
Yeah, a few months later. Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Okay. So Irina?
Well, I was working as an English teacher in Russia, and I was getting tired of it, and I wanted to change something. And actually, like, I don't know, guys, if you heard of ISEC. So like, it's a student organization.
IESEC, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that.
So I had like, when I was a student, I had the internship program. I went to Tunisia, and then I was like, okay, so now it's time to, like, they kind of like, they have a lot of programs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like work and travel, but not really. So basically, they just help you finding the job, and then like, I applied, and to be honest, I never really, like, I didn't think of going to Vietnam. Like, it was not even my option, because like, I was first, like, when I applied, I was like, okay, I want to go to South America. But then I was going through the projects, and I was like, why are there so many projects in Vietnam? And I started like to read more about it, and I was like, oh, I actually want to go there. It sounds so cool. So I came here, and then I intended to spend like, so the duration of the program was 6 months. And I was like, okay, I will stay for 6 months. And then if I like it, I will stay till the end of the school year. So it will be 9 months. And then, so basically I stayed for 3 years.
3 years, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, but like, why does Vietnam has so many like projects? That's I don't know.
I think that's because like now like studying English in Vietnam becomes more and more popular. And as far as I know, like that, even like, I worked in a public school because it was funded by the government. So like, because like the tourism is developing and stuff. So I think this is why. Like, there were so many objects, like every third project was in Vietnam, I think, or something like this.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think,
I
teaching
guess-
English is a huge industry out here. It's like, and it's
Yeah.
growing even faster. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes
Also
they
the-
just like grab a tourist outside of the street and make them into an English teacher. True story. A true
That's happened to
story.
me.
It's
Yeah,
happened to me as well,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened to me.
Okay, so now to make it simple, we will go like Matt first, then Bart, then
You don't
Param,
wait, all right.
then Irina. Okay? Do you remember your
Okay.
numbers? Okay?
All right, okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the teaching days. Now I'm unemployed.
Oh,
Oh,
that's all right. You're a podcaster now.
exactly right. New job.
I'm like
Vietnamese Joe Rogan.
influencer.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so do you remember like the first day when you come to Vietnam? Like, how was it? Like the first day?
Yeah, I remember my first day. I started off, it was a little bit similar to what Irina was saying actually, where because I hadn't done any teacher or anything before. So I did like a TEFL, but it was in Vietnam when I did the TEFL, and it was actually in Saigon. So that's where my first day was.
Okay, how did you do
What
that?
the hell?
Sorry,
What
look
the
at
hell?
Bart's amazing shades, man. Yeah. So yeah, it was the first day was in Saigon, and pretty much the first day I thought, damn, it's hot here. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
hot. 'Cause
really
I
hot.
think it was in like April time, and my skin tone, I'm just not used to that
Yeah,
heat.
it's really hot
It
now.
would wipe me out. Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
good. It was good. Then just walked around really. There was another guy who was like my roommate during the course, and he was very well traveled. He knew about all these places and was just walking around. And I obviously must have looked so useless. Like, I hadn't got a clue what I was doing, trying to cross the road and stuff, getting like nearly wiped out by motorbikes. It wasn't good. But on the first day, literally similar to what Fran was saying actually, with meeting people, like when there's like a park nearby in Ho Chi Minh, and people just coming up to you, speaking to you. And I just met these like Vietnamese people. I think they were like students at a university nearby. And they're just really sociable, kind, friendly, really wanted to speak to you. They took us out for food and stuff. I didn't know how to use chopsticks or anything like that. So it looked really cool. Yeah, and it was great. Yeah, no, it was a really good start to sort of discover the country, because it's obviously a bit alien to what you're used to. But it was amazing. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, so all like good memories, right? On the
Yeah,
first
definitely,
day.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, thankfully.
Okay. Next one,
Mm-hmm.
Dutch guy.
All right.
Yeah.
Guy.
My first day here. Also quite hot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always hot.
Yeah, right. So indeed, first thing I do, of course, is fix some internet.
Like the first day you come
Key
here,
things.
you fix the internet.
Exciting.
Yeah, I don't know the road, right? So I need to have some internet.
That's a good
Yeah,
point, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, same things. I enjoyed the scenery, but traffic and stuff like that. So I was even giving the taxi driver some tips, like watch out. But then I learned like it's probably not. So
I think like the taxi driver has already
Right just there, yeah.
overcharged you anyway.
So yeah, it was really joyful. And I did like a shared TESOL course with like a bunch of other folks. So I met like the whole bunch of people from all around the globe teaching English here. So yeah, it was fun to discover Hanoi, the food, cheap banh mi, stuff like that. So it was good experience.
So like internet and cheap by me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great things. And,
Many takeaways.
I discovered the Bia Hanoi in the second day.
Yeah, I guess
Here
so.
we go.
Like I'm
Quite
surprised that
late.
you haven't like mentioned it first.
Mate, the peanuts from Bia Hanoi, I missed them here in Saigon.
Like the what?
A random thing to miss. Love it.
Peanuts. Listen
No.
carefully for this one.
Oh,
What is that? I don't get it.
Peanuts. Peanuts.
Peanuts and beer.
Peanuts and beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no Bia Saigon, Bia Hanoi here, so I'm missing those.
Okay, and missing like peanuts, right?
Well, those are not just peanuts, Hi. Those are special peanuts.
Okay.
God, where's this going?
Okay.
Yeah, what?
I'm just
Okay.
speaking peanuts.
Okay.
man.
Now Param.
I have no idea what that meant. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember.
either.
All right.
A picture of a peanut tree. Maybe that makes it. You know, peanut butter. It's made from peanuts.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
like
That's it. Yeah, that was what you meant. Yeah.
that is definitely not what he meant.
If you think I meant the other thing, that's not what I exposed to on the second day.
I mean, like, I don't even know what is the other thing.
God.
Obviously, the word sounds quite similar.
Okay, okay, Param. You're next.
Okay, all right. So I had flown into Saigon for my first day in Vietnam, and I remember the first thing I remember stepping out and just feeling like a wall of humidity hit me. I was like,
Yeah.
this is where I need to be. Actually, I really liked it. I was like, because I'm from Florida, so this is like I felt at home.
Oh.
And then I just remember how crazy the roads were. It kind of reminded me of when I would go visit my family in India. But the roads out here are like the more motorbikes. That was very apparent to me. It's like there's so many motorbikes on the road. Then I had a host that I was staying with, and she took me out to get some street food, and I had some com tam. And I just remember
Yeah.
really liking like how like vibrant the city was, and like everyone seemed happy, and it was just like everything was moving all the time. It felt like nothing ever stopped out here, yeah, which I really liked. I had never lived in a city, like a huge city before, so I'm always very happy to be in big cities like that.
Yeah, but I thought like in Indian they have many motorbikes too, right?
But no country is like Vietnam, man. Especially Saigon, it'd be like 8 rows just like side by side of motorbikes. There's so many motorbikes down there. In Hanoi too, yeah. It's more than other countries, even in Asia, yeah.
Okay, so like all good memories, right?
Yeah, it was a
Like
great
beside the
first week,
peanut stuff,
yeah.
I still don't understand the peanut.
I can share my screen and show you some.
No, like afterwards. Okay,
let me
so
check
like
for you how you.
Oh, my dog's barking.
There's peanuts and special peanuts. That's all I'm getting out
special
of this.
peanuts. Okay, so what are the like
Oh,
biggest differences between Vietnam and your country?
Wait, you didn't ask me.
Oh yeah, Irina.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
Hi.
How
Get
could
together,
you?
man. Come
So
on.
this is
All
not
the peanut
okay.
stuff has
Sorry.
got his
Sorry.
head scrambled.
We will cut this out. We will cut this out. Okay, Irina. Okay, we will cut this out. Don't worry. Okay. This is
Yeah, well,
not
it's for
a
everybody
sexist
else, like-
act. Okay, I just completely forgot. Okay.
Yeah, like I remember the hit because it was especially like it was so surprising for me because before that I spent a week in Moscow and it was quite cold already. So it was like +12, +13, and I was flying like in the jacket, jeans, like sneakers, and then I remember I got out of the airport and I was literally hit by the wave of like humidity and heat, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So, and I remember when we were driving, like, because I was living in Hadong, you know, the first year. So it's like, I had to drive for so long from the airport. And I was like,
yeah.
am I going to Hanoi or am I going to another city? Like, what is going on? Where am I? And I was impressed by the river. I remember that the girl who had to pick me up at the airport, like I was asking her so many questions about everything. I was like, what's this? What's that? Where? I will tell you. Just like, stop with questions. And then like, I had to do some paperwork. Like, I mean, like to sign the contract. It was the first day. So I was, after 12-hour flight, I had to read all the documents and find out what is going to happen. But then my friends were like, I had to leave with 2 other girls and they were like, okay, now it's time to go to the old quarter and see what is there. And I like, again, from Hadong to the old quarter. So it took us ages. I don't know how long it took.
Really far. It's really
It's
far.
like 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I was like, girls, if you leave me here, I will never make it home. Like, never. I have no idea where I am now.
I mean, like, I
Yeah.
have lived in Hanoi for 21 years and I still get lost in the old quarter.
Really?
I mean, like, yeah, but I'm really
So
bad at
crazy.
like finding ways, finding the
Old Quarter
path.
is just so many small little alleys and roads. Can't ever figure that place out fully.
And I can't read the map. And
Yeah.
that is a big problem.
I just know the lake and that's it.
Yeah,
That's about it. That's the only part
That's
I
the
know.
big
I'm like,
landmark.
apart from that, I'm like, yep.
you got everything's in relation to the lake and church for me.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like wait me 5 minutes. I need to like switch my internet.
I fell in love with Old Quarter. I think that's why
Yes, beautiful.
I came into Hanoi. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but the funny thing about the weather is like that I had my parents visiting me like in 2019, and I got so used to the weather because like when they came, they were like, oh my God, it's so hot here. So they took off their jackets and they were walking in the t-shirt and I was in sweater and jacket. And I was like, oh, damn, it's cold here. And they were like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I like, you know, it's been so cold for a day, for a week already. And they were like, no, it's not cold.
So what did you do when you went home during the winter?
Oh
Yeah.
my, I didn't leave house like at all.
That's crazy. You're there, Hi? I can't
Yeah,
see you,
where's he
bro.
Hi.
Wait, I need to like reroute my internet.
Hi, are you recording our videos? What's the deal with that?
Yeah.
Is this a podcast or a YouTube?
No, I
video?
told you, like we will record this conversation. I write you like 2 paragraphs or something about this stuff.
All right. Well, I'll read that now. Takes a
Oh.
look now.
Like I sent a lot of stuff for you to you, but you
Yeah, I
didn't
saw-
read it.
I saw it. I saw the outline and all. No worries.
Yeah.
It's got the general idea. That's it. That's all you need. Just
Okay. So next question. Irina has finished her talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the only time I forget. Okay.
Okay.
So
hold you to that.
What are the biggest differences between Vietnam and your country? In food, people, building, traffic, especially like tradition and like dating
This
life.
guy man with his sunglasses. I'm sorry, I've
But like
lost
how?
it.
I mean, like if you are an
Are you doing
Apollo student, I would
God.
kick you out. Right
No,
now.
go on. Hi, ask me again. Sorry, go on.
What are the biggest differences between Vietnam and your country?
I think, well, the obvious ones are things like weather. I think traffic as well. When going back to England, you almost get really impatient when you're driving in your car and you're just like, come on, like we could drive on the pavement or something, or just get around this person. Whereas obviously in Vietnam, it's just, I don't know, there seems to be like, there's obviously a little bit less structure to it, and it's more busy. Yeah, I think just sort of, I miss the pace of living in Vietnam. I feel like even though everything around you is moving really fast, it feels like the pace of living, there's not as much like pressure, and it's more, I don't know, it's more like a community spirit, I suppose. Whereas in the UK, it feels a bit more, I don't know, there's sort of more pressure, I suppose, in regards to that. But yeah, also food and
I feel
sorry?
more pressure in Vietnam.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I was just walking through it, just like, oh, whatever, this is fine. When I don't know. Yeah.
Where are you in the UK right now, Matt?
I'm back in Rugby for the time being. It's just quite a small town in the UK, but
Sure.
yeah. But I'm due to be moving to London in July, so that'll be a bit. I suppose it'll be a bit more like Hanoi in a way because it's a big city. But
That's what I'm wondering. If because I
Yeah.
haven't spent a lot of time in a big city, so I'm wondering if
Yeah.
big cities will be more like a Hanoi experience.
yeah, that was something else actually similar. Because I'd never lived really in a big city before. Even when I was at university, it was more of like a smaller town. Well, a big town, but not quite a city. But sort of just a mass of people just everywhere, and not really having anywhere to just go for a walk, just on your own or anything. But yeah, I think obviously the food as well was a big difference. At the start, it was a bit strange to get used to, and learning to eat with chopsticks and stuff. That did me, man. That was once I got that cracked down, we're all good. But yeah, it was great, different experience, but really good as well, really good.
So, okay, thank you.
Nice to have that. Yeah, nice.
So you are like, you were a country boy, right?
I mean, that's probably making it sound like I have like a hat and like cowboy boots and
I
stuff.
mean, like, yeah,
So
but
it wasn't quite like that, but
you didn't live
yeah,
in
I
the big
suppose.
city.
Yeah, comparatively, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay, so Bart?
Yes. The main differences with tradition, you say, right?
Yeah, like food, buildings, traffic, people, and tradition.
Well, traffic is definitely worse than back in Amsterdam, but with the tourists back home, it's also quite heavy to navigate through the city. But here, I prefer it here actually, because like you can just cross the road whenever you want, stuff like that. So I never followed the rules back home, and I was kind of the only one, with a few.
Is anybody
I
surprised?
can believe that. We believe that.
I can just cross take the wrong, drive over the pavement, everything's fine. And yeah, in terms of food, like was kind of same as math. Like the chopstick thing really embarrassed me in the public for the first few weeks. So that's why I limited myself to mainly bang me. And the coffee, of
Oh.
Yeah,
course.
same. You got that was the same.
Okay,
trick,
that's
same.
why you guys eating by me all the time. Okay.
Hi, don't tell
Yeah.
everyone. God, come on.
Now I got it.
Culture,
Okay.
man.
That's because of the chopsticks.
Bang me with chopsticks, so now I'm all set.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, the coffee, like I used to hate the cold coffee, like, but I couldn't speak Vietnamese as good as I can now, so I couldn't order like a hot one. But nowadays I only drink cold coffee.
Yeah, I thought you only drink
got
beer.
used to the Viet. No.
I'm
Look,
pretty sure you only drink beer.
Not only, but it's definitely around 40% of my liquid intake.
Oh my!
That's the
Definitely like
recommended amount, though,
60%.
isn't it? Yeah.
40%, I think.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like more than 60%.
Well, maybe, but I have seen you chucking in the Hanoi too, right?
When?
Don't pretend you're squeaky clean, boy.
Good, I
No,
have
no matter how hard I try, I can't get high to drink.
Yo,
Oh,
I've
no.
tried.
I'm a healthy man. I'm a healthy young man with a healthy lifestyle. Okay. No drugs,
Yeah,
no
You go to the
drink.
gym high.
I mean, like I work out at home, still healthy. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all about those
COVID
calisthenics
safe as
right
well.
now.
Yeah.
It's all we can do right now, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
State of this city, yeah. All the gyms are closed right now.
I mean,
You
like,
do
you don't
push-ups?
even go to the gym anyway.
Oh, look at that.
Bro, I was.
Oh.
Like, whoa.
Okay. Okay.
Very
Respect.
cool.
Respect.
Very cool.
Respect. Nice background. Okay. Okay. So Param, what about your differences?
So as I was saying, I think a lot of the differences that I have noticed boil down to it being me living in Hanoi, which is a large city. Like the population density is unmatched in any other cities I've ever lived in. You know, like Tampa is so small compared to even Miami, which is like considered a big city in the US. Is very spread out. Everything's very spread out. So the idea that I'm like currently right behind me, 5 meters away from me, there's like another person just behind that wall is very weird to me, you know? Normally I'm like in a house in a suburb. Like if I wanted to find the nearest person, I'd have to like, it'd take me a few minutes, you know, I'd have to really try. So I think that aspect of it is still something I'm getting used to. But aside from that, I think the motorbikes and the food, of course, is very, very healthy. You guys are it's just clear that there's like a lot of carbs and sugar back home in the American diet that I don't really see out here. Yeah, I don't know what else I could say. There's so many differences. It really depends. You have to give me some topics. I could
Like
go on and on about it.
traditions.
Traditions.
Yeah, like when you like social situation. I
There's
guess
a lot
there-
of like it's very familial. I think that's a very obvious answer.
Really?
But family is very important out here.
Yeah.
And it's not back home. I would say like we're pretty much out of the house at 18, whereas here,
I still live with my mom.
yeah, you're expected to stick around, which is still similar to some Western countries. I know it's pretty similar in Europe as well. I think that largely has to do with like housing prices and stuff as well. Like Hanoi has very
financial.
Hanoi is very expensive real estate as well. Like rent is quite high over here. But one thing I would be interested to see is like other cities becoming more popular to live in. Like I feel like most Vietnamese people are just trying to live in Hanoi, Da Nang, or Saigon, and I think that is holding some of this. I think it's holding some people back. You know, I think if other cities get more popular, there's lower rent in those cities, there's more freedom. I don't know. I've never tried though, but it's just some reasons.
Yeah, but like you have come to other cities too, right?
Yeah,
Other
and I get
smaller
the
one.
yeah, but I get the impression that there's not much to do there. That's the problem. I feel like people flock to Hanoi because there's so many activities here. You know, there's people, coffee shops. So I don't know how to solve that issue, but yeah.
Okay, Miss Irina. The vibe.
Oh,
the vibe.
you didn't forget this time.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
no.
Of course. Well, I'm not going to talk about like food or traffic because obviously it's super different. Like it took me like I had to get used to it I didn't drive for like a couple of months because I was really scared, and I had to walk everywhere. But then I realized it was even more dangerous to walk than to drive. So that's why I started driving. But for me, the biggest difference I think is in people, like how people treat you. I mean, I'm from Russia, you know, people don't smile in Russia for no reason. Like if they smile, like it means they either know you or they want something from you. Like we don't like, you know,
Okay.
it was so weird to get into the bus and see people just like, you know, hey, and I'm like, what do you want from me? Like,
I mean, like, that's
why are you
because
smiling?
you are a foreigner.
Yeah. And
You
again,
are-
like coming back to the beginning of the story, I lived in Hanong. I was the only foreigner there, like me and my flatmate, nobody else. So I was walking in the street and somebody was like from the other side of the street, like, hello. So I had to get used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
So-
understand.
Yeah. So sometimes it was like really cool. Sometimes it was like, you know, it was quite not embarrassing, but not really nice. That's like, you know, I'm driving, again, like I'm somewhere in the shop, for example, and some random lady comes to me and starts touching me, like, you know,
What?
touching my hair,
What?
touching my, yeah, it happened. Once I was walking near the Temple of Literature, and I was in my, like with my headphones, and then two ladies came to me. I don't know, one was like quite old, the other was younger, and then they were saying something to me and I didn't understand what, and then they started to touch my like cheeks, and I realized that it's because of the freckles. So, you know, they were touching me.
Has anyone
So
else
I
been
was-
touched? Has anyone else here been touched?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I've
probably.
been touched the whole time, like in
remember.
the school, kids were touching my
Oh,
hair.
kids.
Oh, kids, yeah, the kids, yeah.
kids.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but adults as well. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I don't know
Or
about
the
adults.
lady who was working in the parking lot, she always tried to, like, you know, to touch my leg when, like, you know, I'm on a motorbike and I give her the card, and every time she would just like, you know,
Oh
like,
man.
Okay, that is like kind of harassment.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
but I was like, yeah, at first I was like, what is happening? But then they realized that they were just so curious that they were like, okay.
Yeah, it just sounds like friendly curiosity rather than
Yeah.
outright
Yeah,
harassment. Yeah. At least.
I mean, maybe I can explain it, but because I was working in the village, you know, the people there have never seen foreigners at all. So
Okay.
I remember the first time when I walked into the classroom in one of the villages, like the whole class started crying. And I was like, why are they crying? What is going on? And my assistant was like, it's the first time when they see a foreigner, so don't be surprised.
Like tear of joy or like tear of like frightenment.
Definitely not joy.
I mean, you never
It
know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that was interesting.
Okay, so no one else has been touched, right?
I don't think so. I can't.
Okay.
Not that I remember.
Don't look as
If
friendly
they
as
did,
I
I let
do.
it pass over me. I was like, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question. What is your most memorable experience in Vietnam? Like a
it-
cool story or something?
That's a really hard one to answer. There's been loads, obviously, but one that I think kind of stood out quite a bit, which is a bit of a random one. I lived in, I don't know if I'm saying this correct, like Giang Vo Street.
Yeah,
in-
Giang Vo.
Is that right? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, Giang Vo. Yeah.
don't lose it. You don't lose it. Yeah, and
Okay.
and I was living there, and I think it was in my first month I'd been living there, and I just started working. And I think I finished at the gym. I just come back from the gym, and there were just these like 3 or 4 just like really old dudes, and they were just sat there with like a beer Hanoi thing, and they were just sat and they were like goading me over to go for a drink. And I was sort of like, it's like 10 in the morning, guys, like, come on, I've got work and stuff. And I sat there for like an hour and a bit, just drinking beer Hanoi with them, talking through a translator app. Yeah, it was great. It was a really good experience. They've loads of really good like sort of individual experiences, but that was kind of one that I thought showed, because actually at the start when I first moved there, it's a weird one actually, because I think because there are quite a few foreigners that live there, but they don't see you walk down the street that much. So when I used to walk down there, I'd get some quite weird looks at the start. People would just look at you a bit weird. But then the more you kind of keep walking through the street, the more people sort of smile and say hello. And I think they sort of like say, oh, it's I've seen you around a bit, I don't know. And yeah, just seeing them and just sitting drinking beer with them just early in the morning, it was great. It's yeah, it was a nice experience. But there are loads of really good stories and stuff. Just generally, just I remember like how kind people were and how like they made you feel at home really. Even though the surroundings were a bit different, you just felt so at home. So yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. So like beer right after gym.
Exactly right. Work-life balance high, you know.
In the
you gotta
morning.
balance it out. Yep, health and fitness. That's
Sit
what we're all
there
about
for
here. That's it.
1 hour
Yeah.
after the gym.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
drinking beer.
It is the best workout recovery. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Get the carbs in.
exactly right. Exactly. Them hops.
Okay. So Bart,
Oh gosh, where's this going?
I mean, like I think about it. I can probably like restrict the age gap
Oh, yeah.
in the on the YouTube, so you can just tell us your most crazy, your craziest
Go on.
story.
That's the reason. Oh man. Wait, I'm gonna go get some water back.
Okay.
I really appreciate Matthew, but my life isn't all about alcohol, you know.
Your life is about like smoking too, smoking alcohol.
I'm getting told by Bart.
Age on 13, if you like. Now, what I find most memorable here is, you know, because I do lived in a big city before, but of course I grew up in a village and stuff like that. But nothing is like so peaceful as like a Vietnamese village. It's like I couldn't live there because like I think it's a bit boring. But if you go there with a scooter and just look around, seems like the best life ever. Just people walking around like it's 1950 or anything. Because like in Hanoi and Saigon, it's all super modern, right? Especially in the center, it's just like being in any other major city in the world. But if you go to like the village, it's just really a bit old-fashioned still, right? People walking with horse, stuff like that.
Horse?
What?
Cows, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I don't think
I
I've
was
ever
like,
seen a horse in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, am I?
That is your most memorable story, Bart?
Memorable feeling, memorable story. Yeah, there are loads. Like Matthew told me, there are loads, but indeed, not all are suitable to zoom in on. But
Good.
I mean, I can restrict the viewers. Don't worry, Bart.
and yeah, of course, social gatherings. I really remember those.
Yeah, that is like one
I
time.
really wants this to pop. He wants you to say something bad.
Yeah, I really wait for some
Clickbaiting
like
you in.
crazy.
Quite surprised
yeah.
that you remember them.
I mean, like, maybe that is the most. That is the only memory he had, probably. Yeah, Bart, I want to ask you this question for like quite some time, like about like 3 months ago, Bart.
Yeah.
Do you remember you like posted a story on Instagram?
Did I?
Yeah. Like it's like a video of you.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I was really.
Yeah, like what is the purpose of that story? Because I'm confused. Did anyone else see that story?
I tried.
Yeah, I think I know
You
what
might
you're
have seen
talking
it, yeah.
about.
I just didn't know this was going to be podcast ready, but okay.
I remember hardly anything. Only that I was convinced to drink like a whole bottle of vodka on the Sunday evening, but I had to work as well the day after. So I really don't know anything. I only know like the day after I was like going to the school, and I didn't know where the toilet was because I only teach there on Mondays, right, in the morning.
Okay.
I was on the whole lesson. And then at the worst possible moment, the company comes in to observe me, right?
Oh my God.
Okay.
That's a negative memory I have for.
Oh damn, that's good. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
but did they find out?
No, they did not find out, luckily, which is surprising because, yeah, my performance was off, but I was already happy I could keep my vodka inside, to say this.
I mean, you know why? It's
Yeah, man,
probably
champion.
because like you always look like that, but you look like some
Maybe.
alcoholic.
Firing shots.
Yeah.
Nobody will understand that you are drunk if you are drunk all the time.
Good point. Consistency is key. Yeah, that's it.
That is a fact, actually. That is a fact. That is the alcoholic secret right there.
Okay. So Param, your memorable story.
As I said, it's really, as everyone else said, it's really hard to narrow down. But for anyone listening that's been to Vietnam or is going to come back or has never been and is going to, I would say the Ha Giang Loop is like the most memorable thing that I've done in Vietnam. It hit like the natural beauty of Vietnam in every aspect I could have imagined, except for like the beach aspect. But like, you know, Sapa, all of these places in the north that are very popular are mountainy, but Ha Giang, I think, takes the cake. You get to ride a motorbike, which is very much part of the Vietnam experience. Clean air and just really stunning beauty. And it has that, you get to experience like proper Vietnamese villages. Like it gets very rural out there at times. It's very, very rural at times during the loop. So I would say the Ha Giang Loop was the best experience. Yeah.
I haven't been there either.
Yeah, I think it's people. Wait, sorry. Did you say you went, Irina?
I really wanted to do it, but I didn't. I was like, okay, I will do it in summer
Same.
after I finish my contract, and then I actually never finished my contract.
That was the same exactly same as me. I don't as well. Yeah.
It takes time too. You have to really plan it out because it's like a 5-day loop if you want to do it properly. So that's why I think a lot of people miss out on it. People can go faster, but then you're driving pretty fast. But yeah, I mean, compared to a lot of the more popular places like Sapa and even Katpa and Ha Long, I think Ha Giang really wins. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So when you guys come back, you can try the Ha Giang Loop.
Exactly.
That's a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Irina.
Oh,
Your
you can be like less official, you know.
Your turn again. The only lady
Okay.
here.
Okay, so yeah, I also wanted to say about, I have two stories, like which, yeah, I have quite, if I start telling the stories, I can be like, we will finish by tomorrow, I think.
Okay,
But,
like touching story. Is it a
I want
touching
to-
story?
Huh?
Is it a touching story?
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I decided to bring some romance into our conversation.
Oh.
Okay,
So
okay.
Something all the
Much
guys have
needed.
been avoiding very,
Yeah.
very carefully.
like touching in two ways, right?
Oh no, not
Okay.
like
Damn the tone.
Okay.
first story
You
is
dropped
when
there,
we went
man.
to Halong Bay, and it was the first place which I visited in Vietnam. It was like, maybe it was my second month, I think. So we went like with my flatmates, and we were a group of friends, and we went to T-Top Island and went to the viewpoint, and then I saw this sunset and all these boats and mountains. It was so amazing that they literally just started crying because it was just unbelievable. And the guys were like, we just went up and we were like, all 5 of us were like, wow. So it was just, I think that maybe it's just because it was the first place which I visited. Maybe it's like, well, it is beautiful indeed. So I haven't managed to get to Ha Giang, but I heard that it's breathtaking.
No drugs
And-
involved, right?
Yeah.
No drugs, right? Just make it clear.
Definitely.
Okay.
And the other story was like, I didn't work in the public school. Yeah, the public school I was working at was like from Ha Dong, I had to drive for 40 minutes. So it was like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And well, I worked there for 9 months, and then I gave up. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. So I changed the school. But then one of my friend, like my former boss was like, hey, we need the cover. So can you please do that? And I came into the school and, I just walked into the schoolyard and one of the boys who I was teaching was like, teacher? And the whole class, they were like 50 students. They all started running toward me and they tried to hug me. So in the end, like I fell down and they all fell down on me. So
like
I was late.
Are they like big kids or like primary kids?
Yeah, they were like third graders. So, and then the other, like, because I was teaching the fourth and the third grade there, so they all like started coming. So like I was late on the
back. Yeah.
And there was a huge pile of students and they were all like crying, shouting, like smiling, trying to give me their pens or like everything that they had. They were like, teacher, it's for you, teacher, it's for you. I felt so like, I don't know, like it was the happiest moment, I think.
Yeah, like sometimes you don't know like how the kids think. So sometimes they did something really surprising.
Yeah.
Like back then when we were teaching, like sometimes they just say stuff that I have never expected.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I always wondered what the students think because they're like, the teachers keep changing quite often. So maybe they just don't remember you, right? So like they're like, oh, another one. So that reaction just surprised me, like that they were so happy to see me. They actually remember me.
Yeah, that's a great feeling when you come in the class and they remember you. And they ask about you. Oh, can't remember those days.
Yeah, I think student interactions are a lot of the other experiences that I skipped out on. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. The interactions you have with your students are very memorable here.
Yeah, but it's normally not that stable. Like sometimes they say something really touching, and the next day they forget about it. And it's really weird.
That's true. Man, kids will be kids, though. It's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the same, I think.
Why? Bart?
Well, I do notice some extreme noise levels of Vietnamese classrooms. I've never seen some.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially coming from the boys.
Yes.
I mean, my ears are ringing every time I walk out of the house.
Yeah.
Partly because the size, but also like if you walk into a Dutch classroom, like a library, right? And here it's like
I haven't
watched
a Dutch classroom.
But that's how I remember elementary school. I remember my teacher just sitting on his chair and saying like, "Okay, take your book," and that's it. But also it's because the kids are being told that foreign teacher is like playtime, right? So I think that's also.
Yeah.
You should see them with the Vietnamese teachers. It's like.
Yeah.
It's like it's like an army camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, but I also I was like, okay, maybe it's because there are too many. But then I was like, well, it depends on the class, actually, I think. But yeah, I was telling Matt, like now I'm teaching the English kids, and I'm so surprised. I'm like, oh my God, my like Russian students are so like noisy compared to English.
You got good kids then.
Okay, Miss, I have a question. Can I ask you? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
I don't know. I think from when I was in secondary school and stuff, honestly, I think Vietnamese kids are really well behaved, personally. Like, obviously they'll test you and stuff, but I think in general that they're pretty well. I would say they're pretty well behaved.
They're not doing like
they're
not doing like delinquent stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah, they're not doing things like locking you in like I don't know, in like a little cupboard or something or anything like that. They're just more like mischievous, but not like. Whereas I think, in secondary, especially in like secondary school and stuff in UK, and I guess I think it's in probably quite a lot of sort of Western schools. It's a bit more. Yeah,
I had a 8th grade classmate who got pregnant. A few got arrested for drugs in their lockers.
Yeah.
You got like, they were like, man, people were like
Vietnam's
fighting,
hella
like
chilled.
breaking their arms. People had knives in school. And when you compare it to my middle school, I always count my stars, count my lucky stars. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a better way to describe it, I think. Yeah, it's more like mischievous and loud, but not with the undertones of violence. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I have like 5 more minutes with you, and then I have to go because I have the class.
Okay, 5 more
You're
minutes.
teaching now.
Okay, so I think we will ask Irina on the
Yeah.
question first, and then
Sure.
we
Sure.
go back. Okay, so Irina,
Cool. Yeah. That's
what is
fine.
the best thing and what is the worst thing in Vietnam, according to you?
According to me, well, I have said it quite many times, I think. So like for me, the best thing in Vietnam is like first, it's the sense of freedom I had. So like you can do whatever you want. You can take your motorbike and travel anywhere. You can, I don't know, you can walk in your pajamas to the nearest supermarket and nobody will tell you
Yeah, I mean, like we all
anything.
do
Like
that.
I actually did that.
Yeah, I feel like I used to wear like one short into the supermarket.
Yeah, but in Russia you
Normal, yeah.
cannot. You have to dress up even if you take out the garbage, like because everybody's watching you. So, and or you are like, oh, I can just like, well, yeah, we were talking about this. It's like we've sitting in beer with random people who don't even speak your language and just drinking with them. And anyway, you feel comfortable and you understand each other like through the translating app or like by gestures. Anyway, it's really cool. Well, the worst things for me, no, and of course people I've met, like it's the best thing. I still like keeping in touch. I still keep in touch, and I'm so glad that I've met so many people. Yeah, hi.
The best thing, of course.
Yeah, of course. Like seriously, I feel so lonely sometimes here because I'm like, oh my god, where are all the people I like, which I spent time in Vietnam? Like I miss it.
Don't worry,
So,
you guys
and-
can be like my annual guest to my podcast.
Thanks, hi.
We will talk about like more other like topics. We'll
Sure.
expand.
Yeah. And the worst thing, well, the pollution.
Yes.
Like, I didn't notice it when I was in Vietnam. Everybody was complaining. I was like, well, yeah, you can't really see this like the sky and the sun, but it's okay. But then I got back to Russia. I was like, okay, now I understand. Now I know what it means. Like, seriously, I was walking down the street and I'm like, oh my god, the air is so fresh and so nice. Even though like my city is not the best one in terms of air quality and the traffic. Actually now I'm back and I drive like really bad. Actually, my mom was like, every time my mom was like, wait, you're not in Vietnam, stop doing it, you're not in Vietnam, stop.
Yeah, when you think about all the habits that you pick up, yeah, that could be really bad to bring home.
Yeah. And also my friends all the time, like, we went for a walk and they're like, why are you walking like in the middle of the road? There is a pavement. Go to the pavement. And I'm like, yeah, sure. 5 minutes later, again, like I'm walking on the road and they're like, there is a pavement. Can you go there? And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Like bad influences.
Oh, it took me so long to get back to normal life.
Okay, so what advice would you give someone who is thinking about traveling to Vietnam?
Wow, it's actually quite hard. I don't know, like, because I have so many. So the first advice is like, take your raincoat with you everywhere. Don't forget about it.
Okay.
So like keep it with you all the time. And
I mean, you can just bring an umbrella.
or umbrella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until
So,
you get on a
like-
motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
you have
So,
motorbike umbrella is not-
cases.
yeah,
Untitled
and
motorbike.
try all the food and drinks that you can see. because you will fall in love with it. Like seriously, I keep looking for Vietnamese restaurants in my city. I'm like, okay, there is another one. I have to go there and try. And I'm like, oh, you don't have bún bò Nam Bo. Now I'm not coming to you anymore. So yeah, and try to see as much as possible, because I really regret of not going to Ha Giang, because I was like, oh, I have time. I didn't go to Sapa because I just couldn't. So now I have to come back just because I want to see it.
It's worth it.
I mean, like, you will come back
Yeah.
anyway. Next year.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I have to go. I was so glad to see you all,
Good to see you as well.
and I miss you
Yeah,
so
really
much.
nice to see you.
Okay, we
Irina,
miss
yeah.
you.
Good to see you.
Wait.
Okay,
Should we like
bye.
take a picture? Take a
Okay.
picture.
Sure.
Screen.
Don't worry, I will screenshot it. Just smile something. Like keep your smile for
Shoot
like
your screen.
we just wait. I think like Param, your screen is freeze, right?
Really?
Oh, you're smiling though. Oh, you're smiling though.
Okay, anyway. Okay, done. Next time I will figure out how to
Okay.
like take better picture with my screenshot. Okay, goodbye. See you.
See you later,
Maybe
Irina.
John-
See you, Irina.
With my next
Yeah.
Bye.
podcast, my next one.
Sure,
Okay, see
definitely.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Like this. Bye, Irina. See you later.
Okay, see you.
For the YouTube thumbnail, you need to do like this. No? You never
What?
watch YouTube? If you're scrolling to all those videos, right? You see that little picture.
Yeah. It's like
And it's
thumbnail.
always
Yeah, I will probably
iPhone.
need like each one of you will send me your best picture and I make a thumbnail.
all right.
You guys can
Oh,
pick
God,
your
okay.
picture. Okay.
Selection.
Yeah, that's tough.
go.
Okay.
Or else I will cut from your own profile picture. Don't worry, I can edit
Yeah,
it.
that works.
It has to be relative to like Vietnam, I'm presuming.
What?
It has to be related to Vietnam, I'm guessing.
What related to Vietnam?
Picture.
Picture.
What do you say?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, nice.
we have like 5
Good.
people, so I think we will arrange around the Vietnamese
Nice.
flag
Oh,
And,
look
like,
at that. Beautiful.
in like
Love
a
it.
big text that say Vietnam experience.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
And I will
Nice,
post it
nice,
on
nice.
Facebook. I will tag all of you. We have more view and maybe I got monetized.
Well, I hope
Who
we're
knows?
getting paid for this.
Who knows?
you
What?
you got to keep this in though. You got to keep this part in.
Hold
I
you to
mean,
this.
I can cut this part out. Don't worry.
Don't
That's
cut
my
this
edit.
part out.
No.
Don't
Back
cut
to the
it out.
question. Back to the question.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
Okay. What is the best thing and what is the worst thing in Vietnam? Same route, right? Matt,
Yep,
Bart,
yep,
Param.
yep.
Yeah, okay.
Got you. Yeah, the best thing about Vietnam is there's loads of good things. Definitely, like I feel like I didn't really touch on the general, like sort of the classic experiences and things that you go and see when I gave my story. So things like visiting the tunnels and stuff, and the War Museum as well in Ho Chi Minh as well. It was also it's really sad, but it's a good thing to experience. I hope that doesn't sound weird, but it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
interesting.
I need
Yeah,
to go.
and yeah, places like Da Nang, Hoi An is beautiful as well. So it's got lots of beautiful places to go visit. I really miss driving the motorbike. Actually, I didn't realize how much I would miss it, but it was so fun. I mean, it was scary at the start, but it's sort of so like liberating. I don't know, it was really cool.
It's
Yeah.
like a
Can you
daily
find-
it's like a daily adrenaline shot.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like I'm gonna be missing it too when I return home for a bit.
Yeah, I'm not even that sort of person. I'm not like a big like petrol head or anything like that, or bothered about getting like a mad adrenaline rush or anything. But it is really cool.
Yeah, I
Um,
drive a 50cc and I'm still
Yeah.
worried about missing it. Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
like, can't you find a scooter in England?
I mean, I can, but it's not the same. I mean, you have to follow rules and stuff, and you know, like
Yeah,
traffic lights
have
is
to
pretty
follow
lame.
rules.
Yeah.
You still have to
And
follow
the-
rules in Vietnam.
The weather there is garbage too. I would not
Yeah,
be
it's
wanting
not
to
good.
ride
It's
a
not good.
scooter
You'll be
over there.
slipping.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
too foggy.
Yeah, I saw a
raining
guy
cold.
actually at a pub near, it was a good story, at a pub near where I live, and he got on his motorbike, and he just like, it was like one of these big massive motorbikes. He got onto it and he like just fell off it. It just like slipped off and fell to the side. It was pretty bad,
Oh,
but yeah,
shit.
it was just brought back some memories. Yeah, but yeah, we just generally the whole experience is amazing. I love the job. I love teaching, working with the kids and stuff was amazing. People were really kind and supportive, and yeah, just the general sort of way of life was great. The food was nice. A lot of really good experiences. Again, really boring, really, but I guess the worst thing about it maybe is, again, the air quality as well. Again, you don't realize how much you kind of miss that until you get home and you can sort of breathe in, and yeah, you don't quite realize when you're there, really. And I guess the other thing is probably the only other negative really is maybe missing family and friends from England. But at the same token, I miss sort of friends and stuff from Vietnam as well when I'm in England. So apart from that, yeah, generally that was, yeah, nothing really but good experiences in general. Really good.
Well, what about the worst thing?
I said the worst. The air pollution.
Beside that, because we already talked about that, so I
I
need like different content. Matt.
different content. All right, sorry. Hi.
Okay, no problem.
Maybe
problem.
maybe one thing. I know one thing. Maybe it's just a different way of life. Really, it's not necessarily a huge criticism, but things like with animals and stuff. Maybe I guess because you see it because it's so open near where I lived.
Like
You
dog
just see
meat.
people with meat. Yeah,
Yeah.
where like they'll just have like ducks and chickens in like these little cramped maybe like I don't know, or things like that, and they'll just kill them so openly and not like in the nicest way. You just see it when you're walking down the street and stuff. And I
This
mean,
will
to
be
be honest,
a,
that
like,
stuff probably happens everywhere, really. But
And
in
can
a way,
I
yeah, sorry, yeah, go on.
can I add to that? Corollary to
Yeah, of
that
course.
is like I never see any wild animals in Vietnam other than rats and like the occasional bird, and I think that's a bit disappointing as well. I think
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice. Like, yeah, you don't get many wild animals. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Sorry, continue, Matt.
No, that's all right. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's just, I think it's just a different idea of life. I guess there are people that are sat there, they've done that all their life, and it's just a matter of convenience. Like I saw like a frog, and they killed it, and they just like turned the skin like inside out, and you can still see the frog wriggling and stuff. And it's something small, but yeah, maybe like something like that, really. But again, it's just a way of life. It's just different. It's not necessarily criticism. It's just yeah, and you see it so openly when you're there. But obviously, when you're living in the UK, for example, you go into like a supermarket or something, you just pick up some chicken or whatever. You don't see it almost as like chicken. You're kind of dehumanized. You don't really see it as a chicken almost. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so Bart.
Yeah, also like mostly positive experience about the way of life as well, like being able to eat and drink outside your house without costing it an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
For example, I drink like coffee 3 times per day outside on the terrace, read newspapers, stuff like that.
Read
So
newspaper.
rent prices are
Read
still
Vietnamese.
Stop lying, Bart. I need true story. Like, don't make up this. You probably like drinking beer 3 times a day and like watching movies, whatever.
random as well, like because like if you go to a local bar, the price of the beer is the same as in the supermarket. So why wouldn't you drink in the bar rather than your home, right? So
I
you
thought
can
in the
just
bar
like,
they are more expensive. The beer.
well, maybe 10K or so, because like Circle K they charge like 20K, and they go to the bar it's 30K, so like it's only 10K more, right? I mean, back home in the supermarket it's like 30 cents for a beer, but in the pub it's like $5. So it's
Yeah, I know
more.
what you mean. It encourages more like social kind of like feel, doesn't it? If you're drinking at a bar or whatever. It's yeah.
nice to take your laptop, stuff like that, but everything like you can just there's a lot more and the rent price is much more affordable, stuff like that. And also like people outside, much more lively than back home because it's cold back home, right? So people just stay inside. But here always people moving around saying hello, people cooking, people sitting. So it's kind of a nice vibe. And the negative things, for example, indeed, like there is only a motorbike option. Like now it's rain season, right? Sometimes you just want to take a metro or a train or a tram, but you can't. So you will get wet if it rains.
Grab car.
And yo, it's 150K if it rains, right? And if I teach 1 hour English,
You make like
400.
500K an hour.
Yeah, but sometimes I only have 1 hour. So if I need to pay 400K for a Grab, that's what kind of lame. Plus, it's not that bad to go a bit wet. But I mean, it would be nice if sometimes you just can take a metro or a train. Luckily, they're building one, but it takes some time.
Is that in Saigon? Is it? They're building it.
Yeah, they're building.
Oh, nice.
Metro, but I hear there is some delays and stuff like that.
This is the same with the one in Hanoi. They're building it, but I saw it moving. Like I saw them testing it. It looks all right.
I mean, like the train in Hanoi, they were supposed to use it back in 2006, if I'm not wrong.
No way,
around that,
not 2006.
or like at least
It's
like
a small delay. It's a small delay.
or
It's,
at
you know,
least like
it's fine.
2010.
No.
I'm pretty sure, like
No way.
probably
dude, no.
2010. At least 10 years.
11 years.
Okay.
Oh man,
Let me
that's
check
crazy.
out. Like
That's a long time. I thought it was like 4 years delayed or something. Not that long.
Yeah, I hear it's really long, but I don't think 2006.
wait. I swear to God, it's about like, okay, maybe not 2006. Maybe I'm exaggerating.
Yeah, 2016 maybe.
Where can I? Bao giờ đi vào hoạt động?
Because the Japanese building it, right? The train.
Yeah, no,
they
it's like the Chinese.
Yeah, in Hanoi it's Chinese. I don't know about Saigon or in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah, what about Ho
I
Chi
heard
Minh
it was-
City? What about Ho Chi Minh City? Like who built that?
No, I also thought China first, but I heard from a Vietnamese person that it's Japan and that there were some disputes about the financial stuff. So that's why they couldn't finish it for a long time. But now I think everything is back on track, to stay in the train jargon.
Train Dragon?
Yeah, in the train scene, everything back on track.
Yeah, I was like, what? Jargon.
Jargon, right? Is a word, no?
Yeah, jargon is the word. No, yeah. Underused, but yeah.
Underused. Yeah, I'm
Get it
kind
back-
of
get
like
it back on the map.
UK Revival Language Association.
I still can't
Like,
find information on that.
I love learning new English sayings.
What's that?
Try
Sorry.
to remember. I always try to remember all the English sayings I'm hearing here, but I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Some are really sweet, but
I can't think of one on the spot now.
oh yeah, the icing on the cake I heard recently. That's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, anytime I'm pressed to think of an idiom, my mind just goes blank.
Yeah.
I can't think of idioms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like- can't think of very good
Okay.
ones.
Yeah.
I checked that. Okay, not 2006, but they start building it in 2011.
Oh wow. Okay.
Still quite a delay. Yeah.
That makes sense. It must take a while to build.
But it's quite difficult to build as well.
Yeah, but I think it'll be ready soon. I hope so. I think that's going to improve
That would be
city
really
quite
easy.
a bit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm yeah, we'll see.
Okay, Param, your best and worst thing you think in Vietnam?
Best thing in Vietnam is the freedom to just, I feel like I can do pretty much anything I want, and I think it's because of the pace of living out here. like I find back home, for example, I live in the suburbs. Like it's very difficult to do things out in the suburbs, but here, like living in the big city, everything is quite convenient. I think the people are very friendly. Like I never really have issues with Vietnamese people. Worst thing, I don't know. There's so many good things I like. I could go on about that. I can't think of a specific best thing, but there are many aspects of my life that I like out here, I would say. The worst thing I think would have to be either I know like traffic's been mentioned, air pollution's been mentioned. I really don't like how Hanoi also closes everything at 12 o'clock. I think that really limits the like it just limits the city in so many ways. Like think about all the night industry, nightlife, all of the like there's like a whole world that happens at night that they're just like stopping basically, which I kind of understand. Like it could really disrupt people's sleep and stuff, but no other big city does that. And I think also it comes back to like the traffic. I think people need to be a little bit more considerate on the roads. Like you don't need to be honking your horns all the time. Like so often I see people just literally not stopping, like honking their horns and just beaming it down the road. Which of course then, yeah, you're going to get the city shut down at 12 o'clock if you have people like that in the city. But I think overall the culture is very nice. The people are quite respectful. It's just like once people are on motorbikes, it just turns into a shit fest. Excuse my French.
Like the road rage take over the. Okay, so what advice would you guys give someone who is thinking about traveling to Vietnam?
The advice I'd give someone, first of all, like enjoy it, try and experience as much as you can, even if it's something completely different to what you're used to. It's a really brilliant experience. Also, if you can, it's difficult, I think, if you're traveling rather than not living there, but if you can kind of interact with locals, it's pretty cool, because I think that gives you the main experience of what the reason you're going there is to experience something different. So I think if you can, that would be great. Obviously, it's not that easy for everyone if you're just traveling to a new place, but yeah, that's something I'd recommend. Yeah, and just throw yourself into it, really. There are loads of amazing places to go and visit and see. Lots of great things to do. Yeah, try different food. I think really above all, it's easy to say when you've done it, but obviously at the time when you first start, if you first go in there to travel, it's a bit nerve-wracking, a bit daunting, but just try and throw yourself into it as much as you can and enjoy it, really. Yeah, I think that's my advice.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Bart?
Yeah, I would also just go here, because at first I was kind of thinking a lot as well, like can I be able to do this and that and that. But yeah, everything people speak, there's quite a decent amount of people speaking English here. I would advise like make a Facebook account, because everything here is via Facebook, right? I think many Vietnamese are also surprised about how little we share on the Facebook foreigners, but
yeah, I'm still surprised about it. So
yeah, but I mean, it's
like share stuff. You guys don't.
Yeah, because it's
anything.
Back home, it's not really cool to share something on Facebook nowadays, but
yeah, Facebook is for like boomers at this point. that's just it. I think the only reason I use it so much is because I'm in Vietnam. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's quite convenient to find a house, find a job, find everything, right?
Yeah, I don't know how you would find a house if you didn't have if you didn't have Facebook on here. Did you go to an estate agent? And I don't know. Yeah,
that's a good point.
What else do you guys use back home? If not Facebook,
Snapchat, Instagram.
Yeah.
Probably people are using like TikTok.
People used to use Twitter a bit more and stuff like that as well.
Twitter. Yeah. I think Instagram right now is like the big one.
Yeah.
But I really hate Instagram. That app is just garbage, man. In my opinion.
I think direct messaging is more upcoming, right? Instagram or just chatting with WhatsApp, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
We don't use it much here.
Don't use Zalu. Is it Zalu?
Zalo.
Yeah.
Zalo, we use Zalo.
Yellow. if you
Zalo's
pronounce it
becoming
here.
like less popular though. Like less people are using Zalo, I feel like. Like everyone has one, but it's going like the way of Facebook. No one wants to use it.
Basically, like Messenger and stuff, and everything's all in one place. I don't know. Yeah.
I know,
yeah.
but like Zalo is really for boomers in Vietnam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I mean, like, when I
yeah.
come to a job, they all use Zalo. So
Exactly.
no. I mean, like even they have like group meeting on Zalo, like with the boss and stuff, like new announcement, everything's through Zalo.
Yeah, it's for work.
Mine-
Yeah.
Yeah, I like no
My
one's
new job
checking
now has
email anyway. What?
have Slack. That's the lamest of the lamest. thing
Ah,
ever.
Slack. Yeah.
No,
What?
Slack is like the most modern of them, bro. Slack is like that's what all the Silicon Valley bros are using over there.
How do you spell it?
Like the millennial money man.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you spell Slack?
SLACK.
Oh, it's like group management.
Yeah. I was using
Uh.
Slack for a bit. I forgot what company I was using it with.
Oh,
Oh, I remember. I was using Slack for a startup. Were you running? Where are we working for, Bart?
I'm working for also remote for some website,
Yeah, that makes sense.
some
Yeah.
comparison website. I need to sell the ads to. By the way, speaking about it, I have another meeting at 21:30.
Okay.
okay.
We're dropping out.
Okay. Next one, Param.
What was the
I
question?
can't remember what the question was.
Advice
Advice.
for someone
Yeah,
who is
so
thinking about
definitely-
traveling to Vietnam.
All right, it's really you don't need advice to travel in Vietnam. I believe Vietnam is the easiest country to travel through. Like as far as like, all right, if you're gonna go to Europe, everyone thinks Western Europe when they think of easy places to travel through. But if you drop the same amount of money that you drop in Western Europe as you do in Vietnam, you're gonna be living like a king and traveling like the most easy experience. You like a private car taking you to every city. Like you don't really need advice to travel through Vietnam unless you're trying to go on a shoestring. I think then on a shoestring budget, then I think maybe you could start getting advice in there. But the tourist infrastructure in Vietnam is so simple that if you're worried about it, you don't really need advice. But if advice for having a good time, yeah, just be open to trying new things. I think that's good for any new country if you're traveling. People live differently in different parts of the world, and you got to be open to that. And I think if you're coming from a Western country, there are some parts of Vietnamese culture that might be hard to digest literally. and I think you should just be open to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, right? So Bart, are you already going out?
No, not yet. I still have 5 minutes.
5
So if you
minutes?
have me
So
another question, then
Do you want to like promote your website?
I was about to say, I was like, go on, get some, get the clients in.
Yeah.
yeah, the website I'm working for, for now, not yet, but I'm making an app for the Vietnamese market, working on that as well. Because I have time enough now in lockdown. I will share it with your channel in the future, Hi.
Okay.
So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit
Okay.
that bell icon so that you don't miss anything.
Are you gonna be asking for
Smash
commission
that
on that?
subscribe button.
Leave a
Smash
comment
that
down
like
below. Stuff
Right,
like
for
that.
the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, but like how do you make a video get more recommendation?
Everyone make sure to leave a comment. Tell us what you think about Vietnam. Maybe tell us if we're right, if we're wrong. Do you want to come here? Like, comment, subscribe.
Okay, I think that's a wrap. Okay. Thank you
That's
for
it.
everyone watching.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to wrap it up like that.
I mean, I think we should wrap it
So,
up.
well,
Like now it's like overtime talk.